Shalom, shalom, giving all praises, honor, glory, and worship. La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Bacha Kodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles that were overseeing the tabernacle of David, which are the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Greetings and salutations to you, Akim, upholding the testimony of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai in truth and in sincerity. This will be a lesson regarding it's going to be Hebraic. It's going to be a Hebrew edification, and this will be in discussion of plural tenses. And when I say plural tenses, meaning the expression of Hebrew words in different tenses, such as present tense, past tense, and future tense, from a plural expression, such as we, you all, or y'all, as you would say, as we would say in the South, y'all in the masculine, y'all are in the feminine, and they in the masculine, and they in the feminine. All right. So let's start with the present tense, and we're in the noun, or may I say the verb. The verb of discussion, the verb that will be conjugated is read, which read in Hebrew, depending where you're coming from or how you you pronounce the ra, it's going to be quara'a or quara'a. All right. Now, I personally find that it's more efficient to pronounce in Hebrew words, especially the ra with a slight click, as you would in the Romantic languages, as you would in Greek, as you would in Arabic, and a lot of the Eastern type of languages, and even in all honesty, as you would in English, original English. Original English, the ra, you didn't pronounce the ra such as ra. It actually had ra to it. And now, not necessarily a rolling expression, but original English, which comes from German, the ra is English. The modern day English is a bastardized tongue. And when you really go into most languages, especially Eastern languages, Oriental languages, such as the Persians, Farsi, such as Arabic, such as Aramaic and Syriac, the ra is expressed with the tongue just a little bit more firmly. And it helps with pronunciation, especially when you have conjugated words, especially in the present tense, where you have wa that's right next. See, in present tense Hebrew, the letter wa is interjected in the midst of the word. So if you have a word like quara'a or quara'a, if you have that wa next to that ra, it's very, very difficult to say it if you were to say it from a English dialect of pronouncing the ra, such as I'll do it. So, like, for instance, we'll just get right into the lesson regarding this. And so firstly, we're going to touch up on, let's see here. All right, we're going to touch up on we reading, or we are reading, which we reading, which the we is anachanwa or anachanwa. All right, that's how you say we. All right, and reading, or we are reading, as we'll say in English now, in Hebrew and other more seasoned languages, you wouldn't have a R or is. That's more so something that came from English. Latin, I believe they have the est. But when you're dealing with Hebrew, we don't have are and is. So it's just saying like we reading. It's not we are reading. But I'll say we are reading because that's how we speak in English. But ana khanawana, na khanawana is we. And reading, we reading is kwawarayam. Kwawarayam. All right. So coming from kwawa, kwawarayam. All right. And it's very difficult, especially in present tense, or something of this nature, to try to pronounce this Hebraic word with English expression of the ra, because like I just tried kwawarayam is you can't really tell the difference between the y and the ra when they're next to each other from that perspective. And that's why when you hear brothers in Latin America and a lot of brothers who are in different parts of the world, when they pronounce the ra, when they speak the Hebrew, they actually do that. They it's a ra. That's neither here nor there, But ankhanawana. So that was the point that I was making in that regard. Now we're really getting into the plural expression of the different tenses, such as present tense, past tense, and future tense. So anakhanawana kwawarayam, which kwawarayam is reading. And what do you see here? Yum. Yum. Now we know yum is masculine plural, but this yum and wath is feminine plural. I'm sorry, let me taking some of these highlights off so we know, so we can follow me. So yum is masculine. Sorry about that. I'm trying to see if I can get something a little bit more slim. So yum, there we go. Yum is masculine plural. Wath is feminine plural. Wath is feminine plural. Now you're only going to deal with yum and wath if you're speaking the word in the present tense. You don't have yum and wath in past tense. You don't have yum and wath in future tense. See, and as you can see here, you don't have those expressions in the future tense or in the past tense. That's something that's singularly to present tense. That's specifically present tense in Hebrew. All right. So we are reading is ankhanawana kwawarayam. And you are, and so let's go. So that's present tense. So let's go to past tense. All right, let's go to past tense, which here. All right, past tense. We read, which is you still have the ankhanawana for we, but since it's past tense, you don't have the y interjected. See. In the present tense, what do we have? What do we have consistently? Wah. I'm trying to highlight it. In the present tense, we see wah. That's something that you're going to see in the present tense, right? Try to take that off so we can follow. All right. And now with past tense, something that we see of a consistent basis is you're gonna see how do I express this? Well, it's not necessarily consistent as far as like each and every one, but you'll see tha, like, well, it's really only with I and you. So let's just focus on the plural. Let's just focus on the plural for this lesson. But with past tense, all right, we read, yes, you have the anakhanawana. All right, yes, you have that, which is we read, which is we. But you have the quara'a or quara'a nawa. All right, so anakhanawana quara'a nawa. So that nawa is we, right? So this right here, nawa, that's past tense we though. So if you see a word that has nawa at the end of the word, that means it's a past tense word. It's not a present tense word, and it's not a future tense word. Only time nawa is going to be at the end of the word is essentially past tense. You know. You know. Let's see here. You know. Now, this is just from a conjugated. Now, if you speaking to somebody and you're trying to get a point across, you can say nawa. You know. But I'm just saying from a technical sense. And the scholarship that I used behind this was High Priest Arya's Hebrew booklet. That's the scholarship that I'm using for my conjugations for a works cited. Is the One West High Priest Arya sanctioned Hebrew booklet. All right. Let's see here. Pardon me. Just reviewing some things. Yep, just reviewing some things. But so that's anakhanawana quara pardon me. Anakhanawana quara nawa is that is past tense. All right. Now let's go to future tense. Let me see if I can. I don't think you can see it because of this. Let me see. Okay, you can see it. All right, so future tense, we will read. We will read, which is anakhanawa na quara or anakhanawa na quara, which what do we see here? In the future tense is something that you have to pay attention more so than anything because the future tense is the most difficult. It's the most diverse, I would say. That's just for me. But anyway, we will read. Yes, you have anakhanawa. Pardon me, anakhanawa. All right, but what do we see here? We see a na. So in future tense, we. So this is specifically for we. Future tense, we. You'll have your anakhanawa, but you'll have a na, and then you'll have the word. Then you have your verb. Now the verb is not conjugated in any format after that na. Unlike past tense, where you have the nawa at the end of the word for we. In present tense, you have yum. All right? But future tense, you have the anakhanawa, and then you have na quara'a or na quara'a. All right? All right? So that's we. That's the we. So we reading. I'm gonna go over we one more time. Then we're gonna speed it up a little bit. So make this a little bit slimmer. No, that's fine. All right. So we reading anakhanawa qawarayam. All right. That's we reading. We read. Past tense. We read anakhanawa qara'nawa. All right, we read anakhanawa qara'nawa. We read. We will read future tense. Anakhanawa na qara'a. All right. That's future tense. All right. So let's deal with you all. You all. All right. In the masculine. So you all are reading. All right. So this is present tense. This is present tense masculine. You all. All right. So you all are reading is, well, firstly, what do we know about you all? You know, when we say Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Barak, a thumb, what does that mean? A thigh meaning bless you. Or no, a thigh means you. And then a thumb means you all. It's like Barak a thumb, Barak a thigh. So what do we have here? When he says you all are reading, it's a thumb. See? So that's a good way for you to be able to remember this, because this is stuff that we say when we speak Hebrew. Shalakia. This is give me 1 second. Let the brother know. So, all right. So, so a thumb meaning you all, and you're gonna find that to be consistent throughout present, past tense, and future tense. You're always gonna have for you all. You always have a thumb. You see a thumb right there. That's a thumb. A thumb. So you're always going to have a thumb. All right. Now, so you all are reading present tense, which yum. Now, just as you had for we, because remember this is masculine. Now, if it's feminine, it's going to be wath. But masculine and we is not going to, we doesn't have a feminine. We only is in masculine conjugation. That's why you got yum. Yum. Matter of fact, let me see. I can just highlight it instead of underlining. It might be better by doing that. So yum. All right. And we also have yum right here. Okay. So I'm going to just read it out. You all are reading. Atham kwawada ayam. So you all are reading. All right. Now let's go to past tense. You all read in the masculine. A thumb A thumb thumb. A thumb, you all. Thumb. Read. But remember, this is past tense, so read, and then you have thumb. So the thumb is masculine. So instead of yum is thumb. That is a consistency. So let me see here. It is kind of consistent. So for instance, the thigh in the past tense, the thigh is going to be at the latter part of the word. In the future tense, the thigh is going to be at the front of the word. So you see how it says this is thigh. It's not for each and every one of them. You see thigh. All those are thighs, and it's at the end of the word because what? It's past tense. But in future tense, you have thigh. That's one thigh. Thigh. And then thigh for they as well. But it's not for every single one of them. That's why I say, it is a signifier, but like for instance, certain of them you don't have thigh. So you just have to know which one you have the thigh. All right. take those off so that won't be confusing. All right. All right. So we have a thumb, thumb, which is you all read. Future tense. Let's deal with future tense. Future tense is you all will read. You all will read. And this is masculine. You all will read. You all will read. So it's a thumb. So that's a consistent thing that we know to see. And remember, future tense, you'll have the thought in the front of the word or the front of the verb. So we have tha. We have tha quad a wa, and that wa is the wa is essentially it's like a masculine conjugation. All right, you'll see that with the masculine, right? Like how do I describe? Yeah, just know wa is masculine. So a thumb tha quad a wa, or a thumb tha quad a wa. All right, which is you all will read. You all will read. Future tense. A thumb tha quad a wa. All right. Tha quad a wa. Yep. So let's do feminine. Take these off. And more times than often, we don't really speak to women, especially with Hebrew. So focus on the masculine, of course. And typically, you can just use the masculine. Like if you're speaking to more than one, if you're speaking to multiple people, you always go with masculine. Like, pardon me. If you're speaking with, like, for instance, if you have 10 women and you got one man and you speaking to one man and 10 women, 11 people, you're not going to say the feminine. You're going to use the masculine. The masculine is going to override the feminine when you're talking if it's a male in your presence. So that should be said as well. Only time you're going to be using, it's very rarely are you going to use plural feminine unless you're dealing with talking to multiple women. So you all are reading. All right. You all are reading feminine. So this is present tense. You all are reading feminine. All right. And so because it's feminine, what? It's going to be wath, like ak wath. All right. So, and also something of the feminine, instead of a thumb, it's a thun. The na. You see that? It's a na. It's not ma, but it's a na. All right. So a thun quad a wath. A thun quad wath. Which is you all are reading in a feminine sense. All right. All right. So let's wath. So what you want to pay attention in the feminine plural is wath. That's the most important thing. Wath. All right. That's in present tense, and of course you're always going to have the wa interjected after the first letter of the verb in present tense. And then you also you want to look at the you see a thun. A thun is not a thumb. You wouldn't say, like, if you're talking to women, you wouldn't say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barak a thumb. You'll say Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barak a thun. Like if it's some sisters, you'll say Barak a thun. Or your mother and your daughter, or your mother, your wife and females, you'll say a thun. All right. So let's go to past tense. You all, pardon me, past tense. My brother's on fire. Videos just popping up left and right. But you all, past tense. You all read, and that's effeminate. You all read, which again we have a thun because it's feminine, and Quarathun. So let me see. So instead of thumb, like for instance, in past tense, the masculine is thumb, but the feminine is thun. Thun. All right. So whenever it's ending with a na, like when the conjugated essence is ending with a na, you can know that's feminine. That's a feminine word. Or not necessarily a feminine, yeah, it's a feminine word. All right. Or it's a feminine conjugation, pardon me. You do have feminine words too. But it's a feminine conjugation. But some words actually end with certain feminine expressions and masculine expressions. All right. All right. So that's that's you all will past tense. You all read, which is a thun quarathun. Quarathun. Athun quarathun. Athun quarathun. And repetition is key. All right. So that's the past tense of you all read feminine. So let's go to future tense. The future tense is you all will read. You all will read in the feminine tense, which again is a thun. So that's something we see that's consistent. A thun. I'm not sure if I said that I'm pretty sure I did. But every time you dealing with a conjugation of you all in the feminine, it's always going to be a thun. All right, whether it be present tense, past tense, or future tense. And again, we have the tha in the front of the word because it's what? Future tense. Not every time you're going to have that, but you have that for you. You have that for you in the singular context. You have that for she. You have that for you all in the masculine. You have that for you all in the feminine. And you have that for they in the feminine. All right. The verb starts with tha. That's for the future tense. So we have a thun, tha quara na. All right. So yes, it's the na, but it's not just, how do I say this? It's a thun, tha quara na. So it's not just the na letter. Like for instance, in the past tense, it was thun, but in this tense is na. All right. So yes, it ends with the na letter, but it actually doesn't end with the na letter because it's na and a ha, and those are connectors. So it's a na, that's actually how you pronounce the letter na. but it has a ha at the end. So tha quarter ana. Athan tha quarter ana. You all will read. Future, that's future tense. And pardon me for being long-winded. I just wanted to make sense. You all will read. All right, so let's go to they. We're almost done. So they are reading in the masculine tense. They are reading. Hum. So what do we see? So they, how do you say they in Hebrew? Is hum for masculine. Hum. All right. And so when it ends with a ma, like this is a ma. When it ends with a ma, that's masculine. If it ends with a na, like yeah, I can just finish it, the connector. If it ends with a na, this is feminine. All right, this is that's masculine. So these are signifiers showing you, okay, that's feminine. Okay, that's masculine. Like if it's saying hum, it's like, okay, it's masculine. All right. So they are reading. This is present tense. They are reading. Hum kwar a yum. Yep. Kwar a yum. And I'm trying to sound it out for you. But it's really when you read Hebrew, it's da da da, da da da, da da da. Like Hebrews are da da, da da da. That's Hebrew is read a certain way. So it's hum kwawada ayum. You know, hun kwawada awath is I'm drawing it out, but really when you read Hebrew, it's like, you know, brakatah. Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, is da 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 da. Like if it's just one sounding, it's hum. It's two, ba bum. Three, ba 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 bum. Four, ba 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 bum. That's really how you read Hebrew. That's why you'll say like Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'cha, Kodash. You know. But I mean that's neither here nor there, but it is that's the reality of it. All right. So yeah, they are reading. Let me go. So they are reading masculine is hum quawada ayam. All right. Past tense. Which past tense is the masculine and the feminine are the same. Well, it's not the same. I take that back. But with the exception of the hum and the hun, the actual conjugated essence of the verb is the same. So let's do they read. Let's just do masculine this time. They read hum quada awath. Pardon me. Quada awa. All right. Hum quada awa. Hum quada awa. Hum quada awa. They read, like you saying, like if you saying in the past tense, you know, they read. Like if you was, you know, telling your teacher, they read. Hum quada awa. All right. And you know it's plural, but you got that hum. And then the y at the end also is that's something that's only in plural as well. But that's past tense. All right. All right. So they will read. They will read. And this is future tense now, which is hum. Hum. Now I'm gonna try to say it a little kind of slow for you. Hum hum wa kwa ya, so you can actually understand it. So it's hum wa kwa ya. So when you say it in completion, it's hum wa kwa ya, or hum wa kwa ya. All right, hum wa kwa ya. Wa kwa ya. All right. So that's they will read. They will read. Hum wa kwa aya. All right. Trying to take these highlights off so we can go to the next one. Give me 1 second. All right. Now this is the last one. We're finally at the last one, which is they feminine. So let's do this. Firstly, let's do the present tense. They are reading. Hun. So we see is hun, and then we have qua, wa, ra, wath. Hun kwawara awath. Hun kwawara awath. Hun kwawara awath. Hun kwawara awath. They are reading. In the present tense. Hun kwawara awath. All right. That wath. That's present tense. Feminine, plural. All right. So let's go to past tense. They read. Now feminine. Remember we're in feminine though. They read. So it's gonna be hun kwara awa. Hun kwara awa. Hun kwara awa. Hun kwara awa. You know? Hun kwara awa. Which that's they read in feminine. Han kwara awa. All right. All right. So last but not least, we have the future tense of the future plural tense of they will read. They will read from a feminine perspective. Hun, tha, quara'ana, quara'ana, hun, tha, 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 quara'ana, hun, quatana, hun, quat. Pardon me. Han takwara ana. Han takwara ana. And when you say this, think about they will read in the feminine. Like think about what you actually saying. Hun, which is they. So if you saying hun, you saying they. So if I'm saying hun is they, but I know I'm saying it from a feminine perspective because it's not hum, it's hun. So hun. As soon as you see that tha, you should know it's like, okay, we dealing with future tense. As soon as you see that tha, now if you would have saw that wa, you would have been like, okay. Well, you would have already known it's feminine or masculine by the hum or the hun. But I'm just saying, that's how you're supposed to conjugate it. Hun, so you see hun takwara ana. Hun takwara ana. Hun takwara ana. And then also you have that na. You see how you had the na right here? That was feminine. You also got that na right here. That's feminine plural. Future tense. That's future tense though. All right. So that's essentially it. With that, we're going to give all praises, honor, glory, and worship to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, specifically speaking of the elect, who indeed are the blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, and those of us who are scattered abroad throughout all the four corners of the earth. To you, I say shalom.